What's up guys, how's it going? It's been a while since I made a video, so I thought I would make this video. I've been thinking about doing it for some time now and I just haven't had a chance to do it. And I actually have other videos that I want to do. I have it lined up. Also don't have the time, just been working a lot. But basically, you might have guessed it from the title of the video. It's gonna be tattoos, do's and don'ts, and tips and tricks, I guess, if you like to word it that way. So yeah, basically, I guess the first thing I would want to mention is if you are planning on getting tattoos and you don't have any, then I guess this video is for you. If you already have a lot of tattoos, I mean, I don't know, you might find it interesting. You might disagree with what I'm telling people, which is fine. If you do, comment it down below and let people know what I'm saying that's wrong, or you think it is different or agree differently than what I am saying. So basically, if you have no tattoos and you're thinking about getting one, or maybe you already have tattoos but you're still thinking about getting more, I find that a lot of people get stuck at deciding what they want to get. And yeah, this is kind of a big deal because you don't want to get something on your body that you're later going to regret. So I guess my number one thing is find an artist. You know, it's 2020, if you're watching this in 2020. But basically almost every artist has an Instagram now, or at least a Facebook or website or something. Find an artist, you know, really look at their work. You know, let's say you want Japanese style tattoos. Then, you know, obviously you want to go find someone who, you know, specializes in it, or if they actually really like doing it. Or if you like old traditional, you know, then you find someone who does something like that, so on and so forth. That's like my number one thing, right? Find an artist. Don't just go to a place that's like, I don't know, a shop that you see down the street, you drive by it all the time, and you know, and they offer tattoos for like 60 bucks or something like that. You're probably gonna regret it later. You might not. Maybe that's something you like. I don't know. But if it was me, I wouldn't do that. I'd clear away from that. The next tip or trick, I guess you would call it, is think about the future. Think about what all you're gonna get, what all you're planning on getting, and placement. So let's say, for example, you thought about getting like a tiny little heart tattoo, you know? Like, okay, you're like, oh, that'd be cute, I'm gonna get that, I'm gonna put it like right here, you know, just like a little heart. But then let's say later on in the future, like, oh, you know, I kind of decided I want to get a sleeve. Well, because you have this tiny little heart here now, it might throw off the feng shui of the rest of your tattoo, you know? Kind of happened to me a little bit. Actually, I won't even show you now because I'm going to show you all my tattoos and where I got them and how much they were and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess that's like my second tip, trick, whatever you want to call it. My third one would be, don't be stingy. Like, pay, you know, you pay for what you get for, or you get what you pay for. If you're buying like a $40 tattoo, it's gonna look like a $40 tattoo. If you're spending $350 on a session, it's probably gonna look like you're spending $350 on a session. You know, so don't snip out on this. That'd be my third tip or trick, whatever you want to call it. I haven't decided yet. I'm kind of just bullshitting right now, talking out of my ass. But let's see. Yeah, I guess that would probably be my three main things. I guess the fourth one, and this is probably up for debate. Like, if you have a darker skin tone like I do, like for me, I did get color tattoos and I don't really like the way they look or turned out, just because my complexion is a little darker. So the colors, they don't really pop, they're not really that bright, they look kind of dull and stale as compared to someone who has light skin or, you know, very pale. Like, color tattoos look really, really good on people with that kind of complexion. So that's up to you. I mean, that's up for debate. Me personally, I stick to black and gray. I think it just looks better in my complexion. But I know people who get color. And I mean, it still looks great, or still looks good. It's just not my type of thing, I guess. All right, so the next part of this video is actually I'm going to show you my tattoos and maybe talk a little bit about them, and then I'll tell you like pricing and how I found my artists and stuff like that. So I'll be right back. All right, guys. So I'm actually going to start off with showing you this tattoo first. If you can read it, it spells crew. And I'm showing you this one first because, yep, you might have guessed it, it was my first tattoo. And I actually got this when I was 17. Me and a couple of my friends went to a tattoo shop. We kind of just went there. We knew we wanted a tattoo. We just didn't know what we wanted. And we actually came up with this while we were there. And yeah, this is what we ended up getting, all three of us. And yeah, so that's kind of what I was telling you about, like one of the tips and tricks is kind of, game plan, think about the future, about what you're gonna do with, placement of tattoos and stuff, because it kind of doesn't really go with what I was going for with the rest of my arm here. But I'll make it work. So I guess we'll go a little bit further down. If you can see that, it's supposed to be an Oni mask. It's kind of hard to tell because it's not quite done yet. I'll actually probably get this finished next month. Sorry guys, it's kind of a hard angle for me to capture it for you. But anyways, you get the idea. We'll move up to, I guess, the main part of my bicep and tricep. So actually, this, as you can tell, I'm kind of going for a Japanese theme here. This is a koi fish, and believe it or not, it's a cover-up. You can see in here, it's kind of hard for me to point at, but it used to be a feather. You can kind of see it right there. And it went up and kind of curved this way. But anyway, so yeah, I didn't think that went through either. Kind of just went to a tattoo shop and just decided to get something, and yep, ended up regretting it and ended up changing it afterwards. So anyways, so this part here, the koi fish, I think the guy charged me $100 an hour. I think it ended up being 2 hours or so. He was pretty fast. He's like the main guy who did most of the things, most of the art on my arm here. And then secondly, he did this cherry blossom here and the top one here, along with the rest of this flower here. Sorry guys, I know I'm not getting very good angles for you. Trying. And that was like another $200 session. Try to put this down. Actually, put it on the stand. And then this back part here, along with some of the petals here finished, and this was another session, $200. So it was about 6 hours worth, all the same artist. And this was a different artist, and this was a different artist. This one here, tattooed myself when I was younger. Not the smartest idea. And I have some here. I'm just gonna take the shirt off for the sake of you guys being able to see. So I actually have 2 Nautica stars and some lettering here. It's ride or die. I got these when I was very young. And this is what I was referring to about having color. supposed to be like red and blue. Did not like the way it came out. I feel like it's starting to get rather dull. And then I have this on my side here, which is my zodiac sign. So this, I believe, was like 200 bucks. I think this was like maybe 100 for both of them. Can't really remember, it was a long time ago. I think I was maybe 18. I think this was second tattoo. No, this was my second tattoo. I think this was 200 bucks. Then my third, 160. Then that feather that I got covered up right here, I think that was like 152 or something like that. And then this whole piece was like 600 bucks. And then this guy was a little bit pricey, and it was like 300 bucks for the outline. And you know, actually, I guess what another like tip or trick or whatever is, I feel like it may not be like this so much anymore, but back in the day, people would always ask, so what's the meaning of your tattoos? What does it mean? What does it mean? Well, it doesn't really have to have meaning. I mean, it could just look cool. It could just be art, you know? Like for me, I mean, they kind of have meaning, some of them, but for the most part, I just like art, and I just think it looks amazing. But yeah, so those are my tattoos and how old I was when I got them and how expensive they are. And I mean, I don't think I necessarily have any that look really, really bad, except for the ones I did myself. I actually have some on my legs, but I won't show you those. But anyways, so yeah, this is just a little video on tattoos and stuff, and hopefully you find some of this information useful or even just interesting. Seeing what I have might give you ideas. Yeah, there's so many different kinds of tattoos out, you know, that you can get, like styles. So I'm sure you'll find something that you like. If you don't have any yet, you're thinking about getting one. If not, you know, ask your friends, ask around, and maybe they might be help you with it too. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time.